Dude, Luke, the printer's still busted, man. What the fuck?
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 68 of the Topless Robot podcast. My name is Ryan.
I'm Tyler.
I am Brooks.
Dan.
And there's something very specific that I want to start off with. Because we haven't really talked in previous episodes about the shit show that is WWE 2K20.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It released a few months ago and was absolutely unplayable, a complete shit show.
Is it the engine or just everything else?
Everything is glitchy.
So,
like there's footage that Dan and I watched last week where like just one of the wrestlers walking back and forth in the ring, gradually getting deeper, like clipping deeper through the ring while the other person kept trying to get up and was stuck on the ropes and was like in this permanent squat position that would get them higher and higher up in rubber banding on the ropes. And it is a graphical and playability nightmare.
Are you sure that one character wasn't just doing the escalator gag?
No, it was.
So
I'm going down, guys.
from what I
That's
understand,
why I learned my improv class.
the reason the game
Yes, and of
turned
course.
out so poorly, it's not like the engine was bad or anything. It's that they lost the development studio. And then the people who were like forced to keep the licensing rights going, and like because they were contractually obligated to put this game out,
It's a
they
Franken game.
Yeah.
Yep. They just put out a fucking garbage fire.
Hey, cool.
So,
I was going to be like, wait, 2K putting out an
my
unfinished
favorite
game?
wrestler
This
is
my
Punished
surprise
Undertaker.
So it turns out that as the clock struck midnight in 2020,
Oh, yeah.
you could no longer play WWE.
And if you were
2K20.
playing it anyway, why?
I mean, I get it. I get it. You're at Grayson's 13th birthday party and you guys don't have anything else to play, but go outside.
So seriously,
actual wrestling.
if you were playing the game on PS4, if you went to go into any of the game modes, it would crash the game.
Wow.
Maybe it was just like
It's a post Y2K incident.
Yes, exactly.
maybe it was just the developers giving mercy to those who were playing it. They're just like, you know what? Let's just stop this now.
Well, fortunately, they were real quick to patch that one.
Did you hear about the fix, the hot fix, or the fix before they actually patched it?
Mm-mm.
You could go into your system settings and change the clock back to 2019.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And
Well,
it just fixed
obviously.
it. It's just
Yeah.
great. I love that that's
No, it was a date bug. It was absolutely just a date
That's
bug.
wonderful.
So you couldn't play WWE 2K20 in 2K20.
You know, it'd be great is if at the next like Hall of Fame event, you know, they have the in memoriam they do for all the dead wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like in memoriam for what 2019?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right there. With the really bad like sepia filter over it.
Oh God. So bad.
And then you
So
play
bad.
you play
How-
Eris's theme behind it.
How the fuck does like I get that they were under contractual obligations and probably, you know, poor, you know, like yeah, like it was a bad situation. But that bug specifically, like I can get, you know, okay, I can write off some graphical glitches and shit like that for, you know, being a rushed game due to contractual obligations and that sort of thing. But a date bug is so weird and specific.
especially when
You can't get
the
a date?
is
Yeah.
for the date of the game.
Yeah, right.
The game's 2020, and like you.
Well, you have to
didn't
buy-
have that. You didn't have that in the back of your head.
You have to buy John Madden's Worldwide Wrestling 20K20.
They were,
20K20.
yeah. They were probably just hoping that like people would be okay with it, and then they wouldn't have to get any more like bad press on the game because nobody could play it anymore. Like,
Yeah.
let's just get one last fire.
I will
Let everyone be
silence
mad
these
about it.
reviews forever.
This is what we call a limited release, Gabe.
You
It's
got
not a
window
bug,
of
it's a
time to play it in.
feature.
It's actually a demo for 2020 or 2K21.
20K, 20.
20K. You got that in my head. I'm just sitting there like, don't say 20K. Don't say 20K.
20,020.
On the topic of demos, though, the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo has leaked.
Ooh.
I heard.
And people have been data mining the files and released the intro cinematic.
You see, this puts me in an awkward position because on one
I'm not
hand,
looking at it.
I really want to know because I'm actually excited. On the other hand,
Can you show me?
a middle finger directed straight towards Tyler.
I'm definitely not going to look at it. They've already created, or there's already a listing, I guess, or something like that in the PSN. So
Yeah.
the demo is going to be hitting the PSN sooner rather than later.
I'm not even gonna play the demo when it
Oh, I'm going to play the fuck out of the demo.
Okay.
That's one thing I will definitely.
Maybe I should probably.
When's the
concede
release date
then.
again? It's April?
The release date is March.
March, okay.
I think. Or is it April? It might be April.
I think it's
I
April.
think it was February 1st, and then they had to push it back to April, didn't they?
just
I
like
can't
they had
remember.
to push back.
I know
Mega Man
there's
Zero
there's
Collection.
a lot hitting at the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077, Final Fantasy VII Remake,
Kind of weird considering like this is the last, like this is the most that you see in a,
Resident Evil 3.
yeah. There's like a lot of stuff happening in this next 4 months or so. And then they're going to release the PS5.
Yeah, right.
Normally you see that little lull in that last year where they don't release as big games, or not as many anyway, but we're seeing a lot. That
We're
are-
probably going to see the exact same thing that we saw with the PS4, which
Where
was
they'll get released on-
GTA 5 got released on PS3 and PS4.
Yeah.
Last of Us, PS3 and PS4. You know, quick remasters.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't give a fuck. Just give me Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
I
right.
want it
no
so bad.
shit.
Yes,
No kidding.
I read that book I got last week, Burning Chrome. I talked about this week, and it has gotten the hype train going
Yeah.
a little further, and I can't wait. Very
That
excited.
one I think is March. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember.
It's either late
it's
March
soon.
or early April. Like.
Welcome to Topless Robot discusses the potential due dates that we don't remember.
Welcome to Topless Robot Speculative Fiction Hour. We'll be talking about games that will never come out or release dates that will never be.
So, both of you have now seen Cats.
Yeah. And we've seen two different versions of Cats.
Because Tyler saw the superior version and I saw the patched version.
The superior version is implying that there's goodness to be had.
Punished cats.
Well, really? So the patch made it worse? It made it worse?
No, it looked fine, but I really wanted to see the punished.
No, Cats plays by golf rules. The worse it gets, the better it is.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What would you say your takeaway on cats
Well,
is?
let me take you through a just a snapshot
Oh!
of my reactions.
I looked up something last night, and I want you to guess. This is a serious ballpark number, and you guys are included here. How many times do you think they say the word cats in the film Cats?
Never.
250.
It's got to be one of those things where it's like either a really high number. Or
Like
really
190.
Okay, and last night, in the sake of fairness, I speculated 87 times. The correct answer is 140 times.
small. Okay.
They say it a lot.
The word cats is the first most spoken word in the film called Cats, about cats.
Go
And
figure.
The second most spoken word was, I think, Jellicle.
Jellicle for sure.
God, I want
'Cause
to rip
they-
my
those two
ears
words-
out.
Those two words came together because they were Jellicle cats, Jellicle cats, Jellicle cats.
Oh, God.
My inside.
Tyler, you were too good at that, dude.
An inside look at my reactions throughout the entire movie, and take note. I was fairly drunk.
As you need
Only
to
way.
be.
I wasn't fucked up enough.
Just what? Why? What? This what? That was me half the fucking movie. Particularly when Rebel Wilson showed up on screen, because holy shit, there's like 8 minutes of this movie that was pure nightmare fuel. It is worth seeing this movie. Or not worth, I don't know, depending on what you want to, how you want to score this.
Don't pay to see it. Get it out of a trash can, like a cat.
And then hiss at it like they made Ian McKellen do.
Oh, that
Poor Ian McKellen.
That was the most injustice in the film. Was just poking the old man, sing and dance, throw it. You're a knight.
Ian McKellen at one point laps milk out of a bowl.
You have all of these like big name and older actors and actresses who probably love theater, and that's why they were like, okay, I'll do Cats.
Oh,
like,
sure.
it's a musical, and then they got fucked over.
And
Sir Ian McKellen is a renowned actor for sure, like on stage. And I watched something he did in the 70s, like a TV special on like demonstrating how to do Shakespeare, and it was like really fun and cool. And I was like, that's great. And then you see Cats.
And remember that Ian McKellen said that he actually cried
That's during the Hobbit.
during The Hobbit because of the green screen and how he wasn't really able to act opposite someone. And
'Twas
it was,
crap of the
and
highest
then
order.
he turned around and said yes to Cats.
Well, maybe it's like,
Maybe he was hoping to be in like a mocap suit with cat ears on it. I don't know. Like,
or he was just like. He's like, fuck it. I'm going to do anything the next person asks me.
I'll be dead soon. Let's do Cats.
Yeah.
He might also just really like Cats. Cats is a legendary musical.
Legendarily
It's not legendary
bad.
for its quality. though.
No, but it's still one of the longer running ones, and people for some reason like it. And
Longevity does not mean
It's because of the one song. It's because of the one song.
which I just think my head just always goes straight to School of Rock.
Yeah, me too. Memory. It was crap, but the Call of the Wild trailer looked really good, though. Did you guys see that? Harrison Ford is in a movie in Jack London's Call of the Wild.
Yeah.
Which it's a book I really love. And
Sure.
I do love the Call of the Wild, but again CGI on that dog just looks terrible.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting worse at CGI. I don't know how this is happening.
I am going to see it anyways because I loved that book when I was a kid, and also it's got Harrison Ford in it, and I like that meme that's been floating around with like Harrison Ford realizing that he was just on drugs,
Yeah.
and Star Wars was a trip, and this is what he actually did.
Yeah, that'll be interesting, and I feel like Harrison Ford is slowly but surely on his way out of the acting game.
Oh yeah, I think he's showing up to get money to pay for being old.
Yeah,
he hasn't really acted in a movie in a while. He just shows up in his own angry Harrison Ford self.
Yeah, right.
And just gets paid to say lines.
I'm okay
as
with it.
Harrison Ford.
And
Sure. He has
into-
one of my favorite reactions of all time when someone asked him, like, how did you feel about playing like Han Solo, the legendary? He's like, I got paid. And that's all he said.
Yeah, I have my Star Wars friend that I periodically bring up from time to time. He's talked about meeting Harrison Ford and things like that, and he was told before he actually went to speak with him, do not bring up Star Wars. Don't bring it up, because then it'll be over. Done. You're not gonna get any pictures out of him. He'll be done.
really?
Yeah, but this is also 10 years ago before,
All this.
Yeah, right.
so he probably still doesn't want to talk about it, but he's more inclined to talk about it because it would probably involve licensing.
Yeah.
He wanted to be killed off in the original, in the 4, 5, 6. I think in Empire he wanted to be killed off.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he specifically asked to be killed off by asked George Lucas to kill him off.
But the character became too popular, so he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, as
Action figures.
one of the podcasts that I listen to, Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman, Hollywood Babylon. Ralph Garman has celebrity impressions, a lot of celebrity impressions that he brings out. And his Harrison Ford really just amounts to.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
Oh, and he does, hey!
And I heard a story about so Harrison Ford was in what's that
6
Street
days and
Magic-
7 nights.
No, the Street Magic guy. David Blaine's recent special, like, and I say recent, like it was within the past couple of years.
American Graffiti.
Shut up.
I don't know.
Yeah, David, I already got there. You don't need to keep
Oh, is that
guessing.
the title of it?
No, it doesn't have a title.
okay.
Or I'm sure it does, but all we need for
What a fucking-
context
that was a train wreck.
is David Blaine's magic special.
Ah.
Shut the fuck up. It's basically David Blaine going to celebrities' homes and like performing magic for them and shit like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So he does it for Will Smith. He does it for Harrison Ford. And when he goes to perform for Harrison Ford, of course he does something absolutely ridiculous, just completely ludicrous.
And he just deadpan the whole time. Yeah.
Well, he was really like kind of shocked and surprised and stuff like that. And if I remember correctly, he even says like, "You couldn't have done anything. You couldn't, anything like that." So another guy who I watch a lot, who does Modern Rogue, Brian Brushwood, is a magician and was talking with a friend of his who was on that shoot. And so a little supposed what was actually going on there was Harrison Ford was completely fucked up.
Hell yeah, brother.
So, of course, he was shocked and surprised. He was out of his goddamn gourd.
Yes.
What? Which I suspect that in his more recent performances he was anyways.
Yeah.
Just
He's-
fucked up
he's-
the entire shoot.
He's like when you wake up in the morning and you're still drunk and it's like, what? What is this feeling?
When you haven't quite managed to shake off the that first half hour of sleep.
Yeah.
Soak it in, boys. We're talking about my future right now.
that would explain what did he broke his ankle when they were filming Seven.
He'll be Danathan
Oh, did
Chevy.
he?
Yeah, it was either his ankle or his like
And he crashed that plane.
crashed the plane. he's just
He's just drunk all the time, dude.
He's just drunk as fuck.
And no one is going to question him because it's Harrison Ford.
Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah.
This is a theory. I think this is maybe just reality.
Indiana Jones 4.
That's why
Oh,
he talks like
God.
that too.
Yeah, right. Christ.
He can't actually form syllables.
Some Blade Runner.
I'm trying to think of a movie that isn't good that he's in besides the one I already mentioned. But none are coming to mind.
Really?
Oh wait, Air Force One. Nah, that was okay.
Air Force One wasn't
Air Force
bad.
One was okay. I mean, Indiana Jones 4 is the only one that comes to
Clear
mind
and
off the top of
Present
my head.
Danger.
Clear and Present Danger still was critically
Yeah.
acclaimed.
No, the Fugitive was good too.
Yeah.
Fuck! Stop being so good, Harrison
Yeah,
Ford. I
right.
want to mock your career.
I feel like there was one that was kind of like a buddy cop.
the
movie
Star
that
Wars
he was
Holiday
in.
Special.
Oh, God. That doesn't count. That didn't see theatrical release.
Oh yeah.
I gotta IMDb this and see what bad Harrison Ford
I
movies
feel
are.
like-
What about Regarding Henry?
Regarding Henry is actually...
Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just hoping to find like one that looks like it's bad based on its cover online right now.
If you're listening or watching this podcast, please comment below.
There's like a buddy cop movie that he did, I think, with Josh Hartnett. That I
Oh.
don't think was very good.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what it was called.
Ender's Game wasn't great.
Yeah, that's
Cowboys and Aliens wasn't great.
That,
He was in
yeah.
Cowboys and Aliens?
Yeah.
I only saw that.
I never
once.
saw that.
Oh, well, he was in The Secret Life of Pets too, so that's a winner for Stinker.
All right.
I imagine that all of his bad films occurred past a certain date.
Oh, his birth. Yes.
Well, technically accurate.
He's in so many good movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just
How dare you
picks
be
his movies
successful?
he
And how
picks
could
his
we
movies.
forget? He's technically in the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
let's cut and then go back and then bring up Carrot Top so we can ridicule
Oh, God.
Chairman of the Board for an hour.
I loved Chairman
So
of the
do
Board.
I.
Thank you very much.
I still do. With those TV dinners, I wanted those to be real as a child. That movie kicked off my very brief adventure or inventor phase.
When I was young, I for whatever reason liked Chairman of the Board and liked The Pest
Ugh.
with John Leguizamo.
Yeah, that's bad.
All I can think of when you said your very brief inventor phase is you in a shed with a frying pan and a hammer just smacking it.
I want to make noise so people know that I'm inventing things here.
This is my workshop.
No, it began and ended when I came up with an idea for, because at that time in the second or third grade, I think fourth grade, I was pretty stoked on heating up my pajamas in the dryer when I got home.
Hell
'cause
yeah.
It was cold.
Hell
and
yeah.
This is Oregon. And I was like, wait a minute. Lumberjacks don't have moms. And I came up with
Name of the podcast, everybody.
There it is. That's our episode.
Yep.
you know, like, what if they want to come home and have warm pajamas? Like, okay, so I essentially reinvented the dryer But, and then when my mom was like, "That's a dryer," and I'm like, "Huh." That pretty much ended any hopes of being a real important person.
My you know what my takeaway from the story is? Your mom is not very supportive of your dreams.
My mom was in school to be an industrial designer. She made some weird shit too.
Oh man.
She made this crazy, like, they had to essentially reinvent the bicycle. And so she made this crazy, like, 3-wheeled bike thing on, like, stilts. It was like those shitty wooden toy stores that were in the 90s for, like, kids whose parents were organic, you know?
Sure.
Combined with, like, the way you sat in
All
it was
parents
like
organic.
The power loader from Aliens 2. So it was this crazy, like, you had to, like, essentially pedal like an ape. And that was as cool as my mom got as far as making things that were cool. And now she made me.
Is that what she told you all the time? You're the coolest thing I ever made, Brooksy Poo.
Oh my God. No one has ever called me that.
From now on,
and there's
your
gonna be
name is
another
Brooksy Poo.
dent in my water bottle.
Why are you getting so mad, Brooksy Poo?
Oh, sorry.
You son of a bitch!
Podcast intermission. Brought to you by Brooks overcommitting to bits.
And now I will breathe heavily into the microphone until Dan returns.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Brooks, now clean it up.
I hope you know I'm not editing around this.
That's good.
It's not happening.
We can't put a little intermission jingle.
No.
Get
Oh
some
my
popcorn,
God, damn
everybody. It smells. That stuff is potent.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Jesus.
burning a hole through the glass.
Oh God, Brooks, your hand's on fire.
Feel the power of melon mayhem. Xyience.
We are not sponsored by Xyience or Melon Mayhem.
Please sponsor me. I will literally wear a Xyience costume if you want me to.
You have to wear like a shitty Xyience like NASCAR like
Make it like a face mask and my hole just comes through the logo. It's like, hello.
I am Xyience.
I am the melon mayhem. You can smell me 2 rooms over when you open the can.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Follow your bliss.
We'll get you one of the like the Red Bull cars, but it's a Xyience car.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm not even joking. If they sponsored me, I would shill it on every episode.
You already technically do. You're drinking Xyience
No,
every
but
single
I would like-
episode.
She blinded me with Xyience Melon Mayhem.
I would lean into the hamminess. Like I would talk about it.
Just like
You know what? During this intermission of the podcast, I need refreshment, and nothing is better than a cold, refreshing melon mayhem.
funny story, Ryan. In fact, that reminds me of this amazing drink called Xyience.
Oh.
You know what I like almost as much as that video game? The refreshing taste of Xyience.
For a good time, make it a Santori time.
Okay, I think we've given.
All right,
Xyience.
Yeah.
we have returned. Welcome back, audience, from our brief ad break. You pump the brakes on further ads.
So we had New Year's since the last episode of the podcast.
Happy New
Yeah.
Year's, everybody.
Happy welcome to 2020.
Happy Nude Year's.
It's gotten off with a bang.
Well.
Yeah. Well,
That was horrible.
That's all
I'm
we need
so
to say
sorry.
about that.
yeah. We're all gonna die. That's all we need to say about that.
Yes.
Like my dreams coming true.
And so I emceed, as I usually do, the Nerdy New Year at the Grid with the mini bosses celebrating their 20th anniversary and the Rocket Nights opening up. And
How was that?
Yeah, how are the Rocket Knights?
They were
Because
decent.
I like the title. I like the name because I like the game.
They were decent. They're a new band just formed this year, so still got a bit to go, but you know they're showing promise. Kawaii Robot Shark played his last show.
What?
Is he done?
As
Kawaii Robot Shark.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
You know, I feel like he did mention that.
What's he going to be moving forward as?
No idea.
Robot Kawaii Shark.
Probably something darker.
Yeah.
Is my impression.
Considering the direction that his stage show has gone towards,
Which
I'm
fucking
pretty sure
loved.
Yeah.
Doom.
He really got into it this on New Year's Eve. Like he would set up a song that needed minimal attendance and get off the stage and just basically like have his hand drum and bang his hand drum among all the people, like go into the completely opposite room.
God, I hope
in
he
his
was-
cloak.
I hope he was on drugs.
Oh man,
That's
it was
amazing.
great. It was great. And he did like this little on the floor wriggle writhe dance and all kinds of
That was something I always wanted to do. To add to the Gander's performance was like putting and it would never be at any place I actually liked. But I thought about putting a giant tub of pudding on the floor and then just belly flopping onto a bunch of it'd be like that thing that happened at
Baron
Yucca.
LeBron. $250 worth of pudding.
And I love stage personas. I wish I mean, this could be likened to, more of insanity than actually having a stage persona. But if you could just take a certain drug and it'd be like flipping a switch and you just like become this character like on demand.
Yeah, it's called water.
Hydrate.
Water?
We've all seen Ramna 1/2, right?
No?
Well, shut up and drink your Xyience. TM.
Thank you, Brooks.
It is.
I will.
That's the new slogan that they adopt. Shut up and drink your Xyience.
It is basically the anime that started the boy to girl anime trope.
That means I hate it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not.
He gets wet and he turns into a girl.
It's warm water and he turns into a girl, and it's cold water and he turns into a boy.
Oh, that's right.
Or it's vice versa.
Something like that. I can't remember.
I remember just like seeing it around, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like,
And it notoriously has the worst English dubs of any anime ever produced.
it's right up there with Sonic X.
It's bad. It's bad. It's very, very bad.
Ugh.
Oh,
But yeah, then we did the countdown, went over to Tyler's and played some Rock Band, and yeah.
Yeah, I
That
had
was
way too many people in my house again for the second time around.
First time you got a noise complaint from the neighbors.
First time I got a noise complaint. Yep, still don't know what neighbor that was. He just walks in.
Just walked into the house.
He walks into my house. A guy I've never met before just points at me. Who's the owner? And I'm like, me. He's like, it's 2:30. Shut it down. And we turned it down, but we
Okay,
did not
boomer.
shut it down.
It's 2:30 on New Year's.
Yeah.
Fuck off, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wish you were meaner to
expect?
him because I would have told him, fucking call the cops, dude. It's 2:30 on New Year's. They're going to tell you to shut up.
Yeah, right.
I drank for 13 hours.
Yeah, I didn't go to bed until 10 a.m. and I was taking shots until
Oh,
that.
wow.
It was
I got all liquored up on guava nectar and tequila. That was great.
ooh, actually sounds delicious.
Yeah, I think I made it until about 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, something like that. When we had one of the best countdowns I've ever been a part of. We determined that 11:55. At 11:55,
yes.
if you start playing the final countdown, it'll end.
Oh, really? You went final countdown instead of 2 minutes to midnight?
It's because it was on Rock Band.
It's because it was on Rock Band.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
so
fair.
we played it, and I sang, and it ended. But I
Wait.
bought all of these.
It's 2 minutes to midnight, not on Rock Band?
Oh, actually, it is.
Okay, all right. Criticism reinstated. What the
Doesn't
fuck?
matter.
Counter argument. We had some normies at the party.
Yes.
Yeah, Iron Maiden is okay for normies.
Not really.
Yeah,
But
it is.
this was it would have
clean.
been fine either way. But we went with the final countdown. Stop criticizing me.
At least you didn't.
The best part was that I bought all of these stupid kazoos or noisemakers.
Party horns, dude.
Party horns
And
from
everybody
99
was
cent store.
playing.
And everybody picks them up and everyone's just like 40 people in my living room.
I am
and
so
puts
glad.
the London Philharmonic to shame.
It was beautiful. It was
so glad I was at the grid for the countdown.
It's hilarious, dude. I don't care what you
it
say.
was so much fun.
We
will never forget
We
it.
counted down and drank, and I remember after that. I certainly do.
Lies.
No. I mean, we had a little thing at my place. Like we got the fire pit going in the backyard and rang it in quietly and respectfully, like an adult.
Oh, whatever.
Air quotes TM.
Oh, we had a freaking. Noah brought his lighting system and his.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah,
his
like,
subwoofer.
we were playing everything like through the fucking PA. It was sick.
It was legit.
We should have done that.
It was sick. And the lighting system was cued to the music too, so like it was awesome.
Yeah. You having some problems, sir?
You know,
Brooksy Boo?
when men reach a certain age, sometimes they need help keeping their microphones up. And that's why Dan drank Xyience. Xyience,
he's
the little green can.
He obviously is having no problems with keeping his microphone up.
Clearly.
Maybe start drinking Xyience, you fucking bitch.
You know, I could, but I like my personality. I do not want to join the Church of Scientology with Zelron Hubbard.
So I don't think that I've had an opportunity to bring it up on the podcast yet. But the new season of Letterkenny hit.
Yeah, it was great.
But along with that, hit Little Kenny.
It was also great.
I was not a fan.
I watched it passively at work. It was mostly like I stepped outside to go I went to the bathroom and then I came back and it was on and I was futzing around in the kitchen at work and I saw it and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like it's cute what they're going for and whatnot, but I think it's kind of they're leaning too hard on the success of Letterkenny. Like they're like, okay, well, Letterkenny is doing great.
Make Letterkenny, but in bit
Let's
strips.
make Muppet Babies Letterkenny.
What?
See now that you bring up Muppet Babies, it's definitely that's what it is.
That
Yeah.
sentence made me want to barf.
Muppet Babies.
It's the same type of delivery, with the same, characters, and except they're children, and the context of all of their jokes is grade school. So it's all
Poopy
delivered the same
dumbface.
kind of way, just as though they were grade schoolers.
Live action?
Why don't you give your pee-pee a tug,
Animated.
boop, fricker?
Sounds awful.
Yeah, it's not great. They're like 5 to 10 minute long shorts.
That sounds like something a marketing person was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Hey, how can we sell shitty merchandise to people that don't know better?
Yeah, it's
Muppet
not,
Babies.
It's not great. It's really not great, and I
Muppet
kind of
Babies
wish
should
that it
usually
wouldn't
be.
be made. But
That's disappointing. It's a little, especially because I would never,
yeah, right. I wouldn't have expected it either.
no.
Your rage has taken the words from your mouth.
That is not a show that gets, it should not have happened. That shouldn't happen.
Right,
That's stupid.
But and they're not marketing it to kids like it is a mature audience rating.
so they're kind of going for a big mouth type.
I guess, but without any of the cohesion.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
That is stupid. I started watching Letterkenny.
good, yeah, good,
all the way
good. Proud of you.
Thank you. I know.
I'm proud of nothing.
I think the latest season is one of the strongest that they've put out.
I preferred it to last season.
Yeah, last season was one of the weaker seasons,
Mm-hmm.
but it's all been
Canadian Pickers.
just so good. Yeah,
That was my episode.
what's the best you can do on this?
Yeah, that sounds like retail.
Aside from that, is there anything that you guys indulged in over the holidays? Or
Finally watched the Detective Pikachu movie.
oh, wasn't it surprisingly good?
Yeah, I was ready for it to be just kind of like, okay. But I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I liked the obvious, like they took care in presenting the world of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like the movie itself didn't have the best storyline, but it was good. It
I
wasn't.
thought it was fine.
It wasn't great. I mean, it wasn't terrible.
I mean, it doesn't need to be
No.
some fucking great, novel.
At least it wasn't the show. At least it wasn't trying to
Right,
to
yeah.
do the show, because that would bar me from entry entirely because I've seen the show.
Yeah.
I don't need to see Ash keep stealing Misty's bike over and over again.
I thought the story that they told was perfectly engaging enough for the context of the world that they were creating. And
I guess what I'm trying to say is not that I hated that part or anything like that. What I'm saying is my favorite part was just the way that they presented the world of Pokemon.
Sure. Yeah.
It was really cool. And I was just like, this felt like live action Pokemon and how it should be.
They didn't treat the audience like they were entirely dumb.
Yeah.
You know, like it wasn't like, what's a Pokemon, Dan?
Who's that Pokemon?
It's a pile of Pidgeys.
Dead from all of the pollution of the Poke factories.
Great. Sylph Corp. Here's a question.
Go on.
What do you think would be the tastiest Pokemon to eat?
Ooh. Well, according to canon, it's Slowpoke Tail.
What's that fighting pig?
Oh, Mankey?
Yeah, Mankey.
Mankey? Yeah, I can see that. I think Snorlax would be like very
Snorlax would
marbly
be-
and
Very marbly, but maybe almost too marbly. Like not enough muscle there to dine on.
Do you want Snorlax like you do whales for oil?
That's what whale orders for, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know. I'm partial to seafood, so probably like a Goldine or something.
Lapras soup.
Yeah.
So then what would a Ditto taste like?
Well, at Lapras, you serve it in the shell, right? It's for like an entire village.
Yeah, it'd be like a giant tureen of Pokemon stew.
I'm pretty sure that they'd have like Squirtle poaching issues if it's turtle soup all the time.
The seedy underbelly of the Pokemon black market.
God, anytime anyone says turtle soup, I can only hear Shredder. Tonight I dine on turtle soup.
Oh man, they added 1 and 2 to Netflix.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I watched that this week.
They're so good.
Yeah, it was great. I made one of the 18-year-olds that I'm training watch it because I was like, oh, you like Ninja Turtles at all? And he's like, oh, I saw the show on TV, and I'm like, all right, we have to put on something that's not violent right now because our clients are coming home. Ninja Turtles.
By the way, for my answer, I don't even know if it'd be the tastiest, but I'd say go with Blaziken because maybe it's like pre-spiced chicken.
Ooh,
You don't even have to spice it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would it? Yeah.
Or maybe when you kill it, the meat comes pre-cooked.
Or what's...
You kill it and it just immediately cooks.
Oh my God.
What?
Ditto.
But would Ditto taste like anything, or would it just taste
Ditto
like
would taste
itself?
like anything you wanted him to.
Yeah, but he can only turn into another Pokemon. So you're just saying like the tastiest thing he could be is whatever that Pokemon is.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah, but you could keep. Oh man, okay, this is tiers of fucked up. But you could have an emergency food ration Ditto.
Yeah, there you go.
With a picture of the Pokemon you wanted to turn into.
Yeah.
On the inside, and then you just throw it directly into the pot.
That's one what's the one that carries a leak?
Farfetch. Farfetch would actually be
Farfetch would be
On
really
my water
tasty.
bottle.
Comes with their own seasoning alongside their own vegetable accompaniment.
Psyduck would probably be pretty delicious, like a seafood duck type thing. Like,
I can see that.
Getting really deep into this conversation.
Gyarados sashimi.
Oh man, I would be surprised if it wasn't already a thing on the internet of like people drawing pictures of what Pokemon would look like cooked and
they were
served.
cooked. Oh yeah.
Do you think Porygon would just taste like TV static?
It just tastes like glass shards.
It would taste like aluminum foil. That like electric kind of.
I love this texture. It's the crunch, dude.
Gross.
That would be
If you-
disgusting. If Pokemon were existed, I don't think world hunger would ever be a thing because you just go go out and get a whole bunch of Dittos and have them turn into whale lords, and then you would have infinite food as long as you have enough Dittos. But I mean,
But here's the important question: when you kill a Ditto, does it turn back into a Ditto?
Yeah, that is
It
important.
may not be a viable food source.
Yeah.
Not sustainable.
Nuts. Okay, so what you do is you wire electrodes into the Ditto, bypassing its brain.
You keep it alive after death.
So you can just keep
eat it raw!
chopping bits off of it.
Yeah, you just keep chopping top of it. By the way, we're joining Team Rocket.
Yeah, we would be a horrible.
Yeah.
We would be the bad guys.
Yep,
We-
yep.
Whatever. I guarantee any one of you would look one of them in the eyes and go, I can't do this.
Yeah, but Ditto has stupid eyes.
Exactly. It would make you laugh.
I've laughed at things I've later eaten.
But did you kill them yourself?
Oh no, I wouldn't do that.
There we go. I'm right.
I would train Pokemon to do that for me. Come on, Machop. Machamp. Just a wheel of pummeling meat.
Now here's the question: What have you guys ever eaten anything that literally made you feel bad about eating it
Nope.
in real life?
Well, I haven't had horse yet, so I haven't had the opportunity to feel bad about that.
Horse is delicious.
I've heard. I haven't had whale yet. I've also heard that is delicious, but I won't. Unicorn meat.
I had foie gras once.
Yeah, I could see that making
Yeah.
you feel bad.
That
Oh,
made
I
me feel
do
so
love foie gras.
terrible. But I would never do it again. Not because it made me feel terrible about eating it. Because in case people do not know what foie gras is, it is duck liver that you
Goose.
literally force feed the duck until the liver
Blame it on the
ruptures and it
goose.
just becomes super fatty. And it's supposed to be delicious and a delicacy.
It is delicious and a delicacy.
I didn't like it that much. It was fine. It didn't taste bad. It wasn't like it wasn't one of those
Your
like
uncultured
culinary
palate.
moments where I sat there and was like, this is the best thing ever. And now I'm going to be fighting my conscience because I want to have it again. But also, hell.
Most delicacies I've had, I've liked them, but I agree on the level that I don't think they warrant being as coveted as they are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's just a status thing and not a taste thing.
It's fancy liver paste.
Yeah.
Well, there is that one that I am honestly curious to try, but I don't know if I'd ever be able to bring myself to, and I can't remember what it's called. But
Tyler's dad.
it's the banned French dish
they-
with the little bird that they overfeed in a box, and then they drown it in brandy,
Oh yeah,
and
that
then
sounds
you have
delicious.
to eat it entirely with a napkin over your head over the plate, and you eat. It's not segmented or anything. It's a small bird, and you just eat it, bones and all.
Well,
And they say that the reason that you're supposed to eat it with a napkin over your head and over your plate is to hide your shame from God.
I wonder how much of that is real, though. I wonder how much of that is played up to make it look like that. I know, the dish is real, but
Yeah.
the whole hide your shame from God.
Oh no!
thing.
I think the actual reasoning for that is to make it more of a sensory experience, because then all of the smells are going straight to your
Yeah,
nose.
they can't
you
escape.
can't see anything.
huffing the bird.
So yeah,
yeah.
Ortolan bunting, apparently.
ortolan. Okay, yeah.
Ortolan, yeah.
Yeah, there's.
I'm sure that pronunciation was spot on.
There's,
Yeah.
it's like
Ortolan.
it's like eating. It's like the tastier version of balut. Have you had balut? Have you heard
No.
of balut? Oh boy.
the Topless Robot food podcast.
So balut is a Filipino dish. It's a duck egg that is almost done hatching.
Oh yes,
yeah,
I
I've
have
heard
heard
about
of
that. I have heard of
balut.
this.
I have seen it eaten on Fear Factor.
Gross.
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah.
Foie
a little
grace.
gross. A little gross.
Yeah.
Who? I just wonder who fucking comes up with these ideas.
Hungry people.
Marketers who want to steal money from rich people.
But who's the
So
first
what
guy
would
that's
we
what
make
can do?
to trick a rich person, possibly a brand like Xyience, DM, into what can we sell them as a delicacy?
Well, we could make our own civet coffee.
We'll eat coffee beans whole and shit them out. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
The Topless Robot
Are you
Civic
familiar
coffee.
with this?
No.
There's coffee that is coffee beans are fed whole. The coffee fruit is fed whole to civets, the cats, large cats, and their stomach enzymes and everything digest everything except for the bean, the pit, and they shit that out, and then you take those beans and you sell them.
Yes,
That's a real thing.
The cat butthole brew.
Yeah.
We'll have different bags, and each one will be a different brand with like a picture of us. It's like
Yeah,
the
right.
Ryan brand coffee.
Yeah. You just each bean was painstakingly digested by one of the members of our crew.
The video cuts. I think they ate too much.
Oh man!
All right, we're doing it.
I hate this.
February 30th, 2020 will be the launch of our new product.
We should definitely do a sketch about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Have a sip of our shitty coffee.
It's okay. It's great. It's great for drinking cold when you're upset and there's a cigarette in it.
I had corn last night.
Gross. So what else happened this week? Anything?
Notice that light yellow tinge.
The Topless Robot pee pee poo poo hour.
Oh my god, dude. I hate us.
Love us.
This is us.
Yeah. What else have you guys been up to over the holidays? Anything special?
Mandalorian finished up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have to do a Mandalorian
I want to do a
spoiler cast.
Spoiler cast, but I just have to put this out there. Thank you, Dave Filoni. I love you so much. And oh,
Right, the dark saber.
yes, yes,
That's all I'm going to say about
yes.
it.
Yep.
It's been done for a
Yes.
week now.
That's all that gets to be said. But I squealed at the television. I actually literally, I just sat there on the on my couch going, what?
Yep.
Oh, I saw it and I was like, man, that's a really shitty looking vibro blade. And then it pops out. I'm like, oh! Anyways.
So
Dangerously into spoiler territory, there, boys.
yes. So we're gonna.
Yes.
But watch it. Watch
yeah.
it.
We will serve to rich people artisan spoilers in a cafe adjacent to David Byrne, who looks negatively on all of us. It'll be $500.
The
Sell the suffering of fans that are into
Pay
those.
us to ruin things for other people.
And they just get to sit there and
YouTube.
watch it. Dumbledore dies, and then they cry, and then you actually sit the tears. That's part of it.
No, you serve those to the rich people.
Yes, that's what
Yeah, oh, yeah, okay.
You serve the tears of the
Chilled with the shittiest well whiskey you can find.
I have just been watching old horror movies that I like a lot, like horror movies that I've already watched. Oh, and I finally watched Zombieland Double Tapped.
How was it?
Fucking great. Just
Okay,
as
it
good
is
as the
good?
first one.
Really?
Yeah. It was
Okay.
awesome.
I need to see it.
It was so good.
I was worried
that
that
it
it
came
was
out.
going to be some nostalgia cash grab.
No, it was
kinda
fucking
deal.
great. They did a killer job with it. Absolutely great job.
I forgot that it came out. I need to go watch that.
Yeah. That is now available to rent and stream and whatnot. So I highly recommend it.
Xyience's new streaming platform.
Oh, God.
It smells like our drink.
We've reached a contractually obligated number of times saying that brand name. So every time you say the brand name from here on out, I have to beep it.
Really?
No.
But maybe in the future.
Yeah, we just started interspersing beeps into our sentences.
Just start pinging them on Twitter and just say, please respond over and over again.
Yeah.
Hey. No, just, hey. Hi. Hey.
Speaking of movies, I watched I finally watched all three of the Unbreakable movies. M. Night Shyamalan, Unbreakable,
Yeah.
Split, and Glass. I liked them. They were good.
I didn't see Glass, but I like Split.
Split was amazing, and James McAvoy has my respect for
Split
what
was
he did.
very, very
It was
good.
so good.
Glass was so-so.
Yeah, Glass wasn't my favorite. I like Unbreakable and Split a lot.
Yeah,
Unbreakable's
Unbreakable's great.
amazing.
Split was particularly good. Yeah.
I was not expecting to like Split as much as I did.
Yeah. James
Unbreakable.
McAvoy is great.
Yes. I need to see more things. More James McAvoy things.
Watch the original UK Shameless series. That's
Is it as-
where he really got his start was
Is it as
in that.
cringy and horrible as the one that's out the one that's currently running right now? Because I hate that humor. It makes me feel bad.
No, it's not cringy.
Okay.
You know, if there's a show to put on to make me leave a room very quickly, it is the increasingly poor decisions of Todd Margaret.
Oh man,
That show
It's
physically
so
hurts my
good,
body.
Though. It is so good.
I do not care in the slightest because
It is
the first
great.
couple episodes, it was like I was getting wrung out and then knocked around a bunch of times to dry me out and then thrown up on the towel rack.
It's like for everything, like, I mean, and I don't like Meet the Parents or Meet the Fockers and that, like, because that is just too cringe. You know, it's too like, oh God, what's going to happen? Oh, God damn it. All right. But the increasingly poor decisions of Todd Margaret is a million times worse. But for some reason, I like it.
I would not be able to I can't make it through an episode of it. I literally, I get such visceral reactions like what you're talking about.
Yeah, I
to
do
cringe
too.
Humor. And like, I literally, I'm watching Scrubs right now too. And like, there's moments in that I just like, no. And then I pause it and leave the room and then I don't finish the episode.
All I hear is weakness.
When a TV show emotionally shits the bed like that over and over, sometimes you just got to find yourself a new show. Take that one back to the orphanage and forget that it ever existed.
So, as we're getting close to the end of the podcast here, what games have you guys been playing?
Well, I beat Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah.
I should say I cleared Untitled Goose Game, but now I have to go back and do some extra missions. And holy shit, that is like one of the best like fun stealth games that I've played in a long time.
Fun little romp.
Yeah,
I need to buy it.
A fun little squawk.
honk,
Fun little hunk.
fun little honk. And I also have been playing more of the Secret of Mana remake
Oh, right on.
because I decided to give it a little more time before casting it back into the sea. And now that I'm further in the game that I ever made it in the original, now that
Wait, you never beat it?
No, I didn't have it until like 2 years ago.
But you talk about it like you love it.
I do love it.
Then beat it.
What, I'm doing it now.
Finish the game.
I'm astral projecting into PSN at this present moment.
One of the countless other Brooks is playing as we speak.
Yeah, so I've been playing that. He just snapped into. Hello, Dan.
Dan,
Deep Rock Galactic.
What the fuck is this?
I have never heard.
Sounds like
Dwarves,
porn.
Space, Mining Corporation.
Sold. Done.
And it's great. You're all like your hub. You can just get really fucked up. You can actually die from alcohol poisoning in the hub. You can kick barrels into an exploding hoop for fun while you wait for missions to start. And you have 4 different dwarves.
So a multiplayer then?
Yeah.
It's like a little team base
Up
kind
to
of
4
deal.
different people. You go on mining missions, and in the core of this planet, the enemies are this insect life that attacks you in waves.
The planet
and all the different dwarves have different weapons. But everything in the environment is destructible because you can mine tunnels and drill holes through anything to get to the ore that's like way up in the ceiling or whatever. It's so fun. It's an awesome multiplayer experience. Like I gotta play a lot more of it. I've died a lot of times because I play the scout who has a grappling hook, and sometimes grappling hooks just don't work out.
Oh,
the
I
way
see.
you
I
want
thought you were
them to.
dying just from sheer alcohol.
Well, it's like-
poisoning.
No.
It's like the ninja rope and worms. It's both the one thing that you like always really want to play around with, and the thing that it's easiest to fuck yourself up with.
For sure.
I never played Worms.
I also get a double-barreled boomstick, so that makes me happy. And all of the dwarves are like the 4 different dwarves have their own different voice actors, and you can cheer whenever you want, and they just say like really stupid dwarf stuff. Like it's the dwarfenest dwarf game. Aside from
So it's all a bunch
from
of-
maybe Dwarf Fortress.
so
but,
it's all
you
a bunch
know.
of really racist shit about elves.
Yeah, they there's one drink you can have at the bar to sober yourself up, and I can't remember what it's called, but like
Lambus bread.
it's like the leaf special or something. And when your dwarf orders it, he walks up to the bar, and no one can hear it except for you in your headset because the dwarf whispers like, "Can I get the leaf
special.
He's ashamed to order it. If you drink a bunch and don't like pass out from alcohol poisoning, you can actually go in the mission, and when it loads in, you'll still be drunk. And you just stumble around the cave and fucking fall down a pit. Like
That's
I
pretty
want to
cool.
play this game.
Yeah,
That sounds good.
it's really good. It's like $30. It's worth it.
I'm into it.
Up to 4 people. Very like it's like if Left 4 Dead had mining. That's how I feel about it.
That sounds
And
fantastic.
dwarves, which makes it better. Dwarves
I mean,
make everything better.
dwarves are pretty fucking rad.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are. I
Dwarves.
well, first I beat Pokemon finally.
Oh, nice.
It took me way too
Red
long.
or blue?
No. Sword, you dingus.
Still waiting for Pokemon Gun.
I also did something.
That's in the American
that
territories.
Speaking of things that make me feel bad, but I still wanted to try it. I saw on PlayStation Network that they were having a sale, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 was $12.
Don't fall for it.
The base package is
So I-
$12, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
to unlock the start menu requires additional galactic credits.
I bought it. I had to. I've been seeing a lot of
Sucker.
I've been seeing a lot of the community actually has been like really like enjoying all the new stuff that's been coming out, and like
That actually reminds me, the CEO of Respawn is now the head of DICE.
Yes.
And will be renaming DICE.
will be sweet
So,
because Respawn's awesome.
yeah, Respawn
Dice
is
makes decent
very
stuff.
good, and DICE is, shit in the bed.
Yeah, but
So,
what I've played of it so far is actually pretty fun. I've only gotten in
Andrew
like an
played
hour
Dice.
or so. They have a single player campaign. You play every generation of Star Wars prequel. Like they added prequels in as one of the eras, and they also have the rise or the Resistance / the New Order, and then obviously the main rebels in the Empire. It's fun and it feels like a Battlefront game, which is all I really wanted. So, and my expectations can't be any lower. 'Cause-
yeah.
So I guarantee you, I'm going to enjoy $12 worth of a Star Wars game.
Yeah. That's
So 1/8 of a Star Wars game.
Yeah, pretty much. But then you could pay. Now they also have a sale on the get all of the DLC and everything like that, and it's like $10 too. So I'm probably gonna buy that.
That's the trap.
I want to be Darth
But it's all of the
Vader.
DLC ever, and it's like everything in there, and like a ton of costumes and stuff. So $20, and I get everything.
So
I'm
what
okay with it.
was once just going to be a nice $12
Yep,
purchase
now it's a
just
$20
became a $22 purchase.
It is.
And all the electricity it's going to cost to power the the console, the television, and the router.
And the hard drive space that takes up.
It does take up a
does.
shit ton of
And
hard.
we can all quantify that into money. So you've just now paid $7,000 for Star Wars Battlefront 2.
7,000, he says.
7,000.
7,000.
I was gonna buy freaking
Devin Townsend.
I was gonna go out and buy Fallen Order, but I have a GameStop gift card that I desperately want to use on Fallen Order, and every GameStop in fucking Arizona's out.
Oh, wow.
Literally
it's
every
post-
single one.
Post Christmas.
Yes,
Yeah.
and right in the middle of Star Wars fever with the new Star Wars.
Well, I'm gonna probably pop into one tomorrow. So if I see it, I'll text you and be like,
Sweet, do it.
Do it.
"Oh God,
I have been playing Risk of Rain 2
Yeah.
because it's a fucking great game.
remind me which one is that again?"
It is a roguelike.
It's Risk of Rain, but the second one.
Yeah,
Oh,
what he said.
a follow up to the Cones of Dunshire. Gotcha.
Right,
Obviously.
exactly.
Well, what's interesting is Risk of Rain. The original Risk of Rain is like very low-fi pixel game.
Oh, okay, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
Risk
yeah.
of Rain 2 is full 3D. And but it's the same kind of just like really fun. You buy pickups and along the way, and it affects kind of the way that you play, and you can infinitely kind of just you get to the end and it just starts back at the beginning, and you just
Yeah, that
keep
was that crazy.
overpowering
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I remember
In
you
the
showing me
highest
that, yeah.
difficulty, once you get past insane, because it ticks through the difficulty over time, and the final difficulty is just ha 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 ha, and as it ticks through that infinitely, it's a lot of fun. It's an extremely challenging and very rewarding game. It's a lot of fun. And Resident Evil 1 on the Switch.
Resident Evil.
Yes.
My amphetamine medication hasn't come yet.
Which, and it should come as no surprise, it runs great considering the Resident Evil 1 remake was originally made for the GameCube.
Yeah.
It looks great.
The Resident Evil remake, I got that. I played that one when I had a Wii. And I picked it up the week that I got super sick and started lucid dreaming because I was so feverish and I was fucked up on codeine all week. And I decided to dive into playing a Resident Evil game. Oh yeah, no, it wasn't a good idea. There's fucking weird dreams, man. No Jill sandwiches.
Hey Ryan, who's your favorite character in Risk of Rain 2?
My favorite character in Risk of Rain 2 is the Archer. There's also this weird fucking gremlin robot thing. Like it's a robot that has a plant growing out of it that it can like burrow through the ground and everything like that.
Yeah.
He's fucking rad. But I'm terrible. Like I would not be able to play him well. I haven't even unlocked him. Like the way that you have to unlock him is ridiculous.
I've heard about it. I don't have him yet either.
You have to open up the back of your escape pod in the first level, and there's this battery thing that you put on your back, and you have to. That takes the place of your use item slot, so you can never pick anything up to use throughout the entire run. And if you take too much damage, it explodes and kills you.
Fuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how long do you have to hold that?
Until the last level.
That sounds like a great and worthwhile endeavor.
Yeah, it's intense. It's really intense. But my buddy Modem unlocked him, and he loves playing him.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, for me, it's actually no. My new favorite one is the fucking loader, because we just unlocked the loader and something else when we were playing last weekend.
The loader has that sick railgun.
Yeah,
Loader, I barely know her.
Well, no, that's the different one. This is a person in like, a loader suit.
I forgot they added the loader.
Yeah.
I forget what the railgun robot's called.
I can't remember either.
Railbot?
But yeah.
No.
Oh,
Okay. The loader is a melee character.
Yeah, I remember from the
that
first one.
shoots out his hand to grapple, so you can basically what you do is you launch that at the enemy, you grab onto them, and then it pulls you towards them, and you can keep holding that, and it will never release. And every time you hit an enemy, you get a temporary shield. So I'm like grabbing on enemies and just kind of like rotating around them, smacking them in the face. And it doesn't matter when I'm getting hit because every time I hit them, I'm building shield.
That's awesome.
It's
legit.
so much fun.
I love exploiting games like that.
It's
Oh no, that's
so
not an
much fun.
exploit. In
Yeah,
Risk of Rain,
that's-
you have to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you can die in the fucking drop of a hat.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
fast.
Yep.
This is why I don't wear a hat.
So in other end of the podcast news, CES starts this week. So we're
Consumer
going to,
Electronics Show.
We're probably going to see the unveiling of the PlayStation 5 at CES.
I hope it looks really dumb.
And
Hope it's a giant pea.
I will be covering NAMM this year. So I will the music trade show in Anaheim. So I will be out there 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. So I am going to be doing episode 70 of the podcast without you losers. And instead with a bunch of friends at NAMM out in Anaheim while I'm out there. So fuck you guys.
Make sure you get lunch bags with our faces drawn on them, and just cut some holes for the mouths and be like, it's like they're there.
Well, when you
Is
come
this
back,
65 or 66? Where are we?
This is 68.
68.
Yeah, because 66
That's right.
was
Already 66.
was
Okay.
before Christmas.
So, okay.
well, when you come back, Ryan, and we've completely destroyed your room, it's your fault.
Oh, is that how that works? It's my fault.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, on that note, thanks for watching and/or listening, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
That's a threat.
I'm taking off today at 3. Sometimes you have to sit if you want to make a stand. Hate to shit, taking liberties. Taking liberties.
Luke, it says I'm locked
out of my account again.
Yeah, let me tell you something, brother. You load the podcast with the rocket fuel, and you start the Mega Powers, and you hit that subscribe button. Ooh, I'm not gonna rip my shirt because it's the only one I have right now. Subscribe.